Happy Thursday. I have Neuro Coffee in hand, and it is perfect. Welcome to the Coffee and Coaches Conference Call.
Was there a specific moment in your career where you started moving towards like significantly developing and using this model? Like, was there more of like a black and white, a night and day moment, or what did that process look like for you to create much of this?
I took a series of courses that I had to do a little bit of mental prep, a little bit of review and just doing that sort of inspired some stuff. And I would say that would be the beginning. So this is like 20 years ago, right? That I started to get more curious again, right? And the resources were most available, and so that started it. And then it was just a matter of like sort of if you could chunk, like I did 3 years of this, I did 5 years of this, I did 8 years of this, and then but it's like this perpetual evolution where you start to do something and you really dig into it. Whatever it is that you do, you dig into it so you get the deepest understanding possible. And then you sort of top out, and then you kind of cast that aside because it's not answering all your questions. And then you got to go to the next thing, and you kind of do that, and you invest yourself and you dig into it. And then again, when they can no longer answer your questions, then you set that aside and you say, okay, so here's my question, where can I go find it? And that's kind of what the whole process has been, right? And then about 4 years ago, I was really frustrated because again, you have measures of success, and then there's like this group of people or these situations where what you're doing just tops out, and there's the questions start to become more numerous, and then there's fewer and fewer answers, and so it's like so I just said, screw it, I'm just going to chuck it all, and I started over. Like literally just went from scratch, and I said, okay, like literally the first thing I said was, what are you made of? Right? And then started there. And then it just sort of builds on itself from there. And you take all the pieces that came before it, right? Because that's still familiar, right? So I could still say, okay, but if this is my model, then how does manual therapy fit into this? And so that was the goal. The goal was to say, I have this overarching model of everything, and now I can kind of see how everything fits into that, rather than just saying that, where they would sell you a technique. You've been to those courses where they it's all based around a technique, right? And they say, this is the end all be all, this is all I ever do, and blah blah blah. And it's like, you can't have that. And again, that was the level of frustration that sort of led to the evolution of what I'm working on now. And it's still a work in progress. It'll change. Like, you talk to me 5 years from now, if I'm still alive, if you talk to me 5 years from now, it'll be different, because that's what it has to. Because every time you answer a question, it has to change. It's more fun now than it has ever been. I'll give you that.
Why?
Why?
Because it's continuously changing and you no longer get bored?
So there's novelty. There's novelty. Every time you answer a question, there's this level of excitement. And it's like that the moment of recognition of, oh, that's what that is. It's like, that's really exciting. So there's like this constant state of evolution and discovery that goes with it, versus having something that is supposedly concrete, right? Which, again, I'm not devaluing it. I'm just saying that it's going to top out. Like that, those kind of things top out, and then the excitement is gone. The interest wanes, and then you start to see these gaps that you have. That again, my own fault for the way I chunk things together. It's your own fault for losing the enthusiasm, because you quit asking the questions. You said, oh, this is how it is, and it's not. So, like I said, more fun. Discovery is always fun. Like when you get good at something and you sort of, it's like hitting your first home run. You go, oh, that's what that feels like. I want to do that again.